What's up, guys? It's yours truly, Empress Z.H.E, Warmington, aka All That Chess, aka Lupus Slayer. Just wanted to encourage anybody who is experiencing or has experienced identity theft. You're rebuilding your life and rebuilding your credit. It is not easy. It is a serious process. Me personally have experienced that. I was going through identity theft even while I was dealing with illnesses as well. So I don't know if you guys remember when Wells Fargo bought out Wachovia, and then they had to just give everybody a clean slate. Hi, Winston. Hi, gorgeous. How are you, Empress? You're so beautiful. Oh my gosh, you're so... All of you guys are just gorgeous. A house full of beautiful women and a man with the longest, thickest hair in the world. But yeah, but I was going through a lot of strain, a lot of issues at one time because it's bad enough to be sick. But when you're sick and then you find out that you're going through identity theft, that the bank that you entrusted to be able to protect your money and reserve your money have employees there that are stealing your money. So I went through that. I lost over $18,000, but unfortunately, they didn't. I didn't recoup nowhere near all of that back. Thanks, love. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's the only thing I don't like about class action lawsuits. See, people think class action lawsuits are good. No, I actually started a individual lawsuit against them, and but because whenever you file a individual lawsuit against a company, if they already have a class action lawsuit against them, you have or one is starting, you have to be a part of that. Like, you can't have your own separate lawsuit against them. So needless to say that even though I lost over $18,000, I did not get no more than $3,000 back. It was like $2,800 or something. And so I was appealing to fight for the remaining of my money. But because they filed bankruptcy and they had been bought out, and because it was a class action lawsuit, I was not able to recoup the rest of the money that I lost from thieves in the bank. You know, I'm just like, that's like really crazy how they are able to get away with that. Hi, Casina, I love your name. It's nice. Casino. Thanks for watching. So I went through that, and it was like so hard because even though creditors know and they see and understand that you're a victim of identity theft, these people are relentless. Like, they will still send you to your bills to collection agencies. You got all these people calling you. You got all these people harassing you. You got all this stuff going crazy. So what ended up happening is when Wells Fargo bought out Wachovia, they had to clean everybody's slate. Like, anybody that had any overdraft fees, anybody that had any false judgment, any judgments against their account, anything, they had to straighten everybody's account up. But needless to say, I wasn't even going to deal with Wells Fargo either, because you guys are still, to me, Wachovia. And they had arrested over like 360 different people, employees that worked with Wachovia at the time, that was involved in this identity theft ring where they were stealing people's money out of their account, stealing people's money out of their checkings and savings accounts, putting false judgments. That's what happened with me. A false judgment was filed against my account. A court order. One of the ladies who worked inside the bank, she has a friend that worked as a court clerk in the court. So she actually, hi Shelly, thanks for watching. She actually had her friend, they were falsifying court documentations and forging judges' signatures. And forging judges' signatures, they were able to get, put liens on people's account, and they were having money sent, taken from the people and sent to an erroneous account. I know, right? They just be doing some real trifling stuff. Hey, Kendra, thanks for watching. And so I went through that, and it took a long time. Guys, I went through that for almost 9 years. It was a little over 8 years. I had to fight and battle identity theft. So I was finally able to get it where my credit was wiped like slate clean. But the problem with that, I am not the type of person that like to finance things. I like to just pay stuff off. So because I like to pay things off, of course, my credit was not building up because there was nothing showing where I have financed anything, where I'm making payments and stuff. So my credit just stayed neutral at like 550. That was my credit score. So what I did is I couldn't get a regular credit card because, again, I don't have anything showing that I have financed anything. I haven't shown any pattern of its quote unquote what they call established credit, which is stupid. How they you get penalized for not creating credit and getting in debt. But then if you create credit and get in debt, you still get penalized. So it's just like double standards. Like they try to force you to create debt. And if you don't create debt, then they don't want you to they don't want to give you any credit. Yes, it is very sickening. Wisdom is very, very sickening. And it's really stressful. And so I was dealing with all of this while I was sick as a dog. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna back up. I was in the hospital. I got sick at work, and I just blacked out. And the only thing I know, like almost a month and a half later, I come to, and when I came to, I'm in the hospital. Of course, I'm not understanding what's going on. Only thing I did remember, hey Jay, thanks for watching. The only thing that I did remember prior to that is I remember getting sick while I was at work. I do remember that very vividly because I was outside taking a 15 and I felt really weak and nauseated at the same time. It's like my legs was buckling up under me and I didn't understand why I was feeling like that. Then when I went back inside to continue working, and I wasn't even at my desk for 5 minutes and I just passed out. I remember falling out the chair, but I don't remember anything after that. I remember hearing somebody, a woman's voice was like, "Oh gosh, I think she's dead." I remember her saying that, and that was it. But I was going through that, and where I was residing at the time, they did automatic rent payment because my rent would be like, it made my rent $120 cheaper every month if I did the direct, had them do auto payment. So that's what I had it on. So of course my rent is not being paid because my money that I thought was in the bank was not in the bank. So needless to say, when I get out the hospital, finally get released out the hospital, it's like 2 months later, after being in the hospital and stuff, I come back, I don't have nothing. They wouldn't even, the bank, let me tell you how cold the bank was. They were so cold that they wouldn't even allow my mom to intervene for me. Like she, when it's an emergency like that, they're supposed to be able to, somebody's supposed to be able to have power of attorney in situations like that. But the bank wouldn't even cooperate with her. And so by this time, the apartments that I was living in, real nice, they became under new management. So the old management was not there. New management didn't know me or anything. They didn't understand what was going on, so they wasn't willing to work with nobody either. So when I get out the hospital, I'm homeless pretty much, and all my stuff is out. I had to rebuild. Luckily, all my stuff didn't get swallowed through. I was able to retrieve a lot of things because some of my neighbors who've been there as long like me, they knew, and you know, and stuff. And my mom had told them, you know, they were like, "Where's your daughter?" You know, she's like, "Oh, she's in the hospital. She's sick. She's in a coma and stuff." So they looked out for me. Like, they didn't let people swallow my stuff. They held my things. So I was able to retrieve a lot of my property and put it in storage. But I was still homeless. I was living out my car. And I ended up coming. That's how I ended up coming back to Atlanta. And I was still dealing with that, and still dealing with illnesses, still dealing with the going through stuff, and had remission of cervical ovarian cancer. It's just, I was really just going through so much stuff, and it was in a domino effect. It's like I didn't even have time to recoup from one thing before something else happened. That's why for me, I don't judge people. I learned even before that happened, but I even learned even before then. I never been the type to just jump to conclusion and judge people, because you don't know what people have gone through. You don't know what they're going through. Hey Andre, thanks for watching. You don't know what they have experienced. Thanks, love. Praying for you guys too. I really appreciate it. Yes, I need all the prayer I can get. But I was going through that, and even when I started my online publication, I was still dealing with identity theft issues. I got into a car accident, and the car accident seemed like that car accident just ignite everything. It's like things start flaring up. I end up becoming chronically ill with chronic diseases and illnesses like lupus, vasovagal syncope, rheumatoid arthritis, Raynaud's disease, which is disease for your hands, cripple your hands and stuff. And I was seeing these symptoms, and I didn't realize that it was messing with my cognitive either. Also, where I was having memory issues and stuff, and I've started to have vision issues from the medications that I was taking previously. Here it is about 3 or 4 years later, and I'm starting to have the effect of the medication messing with my vision. So I've been going through a lot, but all of this derived from me going through identity theft. Like, probably had me not going through identity theft, then I wouldn't have been forced to come to ATL. Had come to ATL, I probably wouldn't have been in the car accident. You know, it's just like a domino effect of things. But I'm just encouraging anybody who has gone through identity theft or is going through identity theft, or you know anybody's going through identity theft, do not give up. Do not quit. I know it's hard. I know it's stressful. You have to cry sometimes because people are not going to understand your situation. They're not going to understand what you have to go through, what you have to deal with, because even if somebody else has been through identity theft, I keep telling people everybody's situation isn't the same. There are people who battle the same chronic illnesses, diseases as me, and they're lifting weights, they're jogging every day, they bodybuilding. My body can't do that right now, though. So you can't always compare. Don't stop. We got to stop doing that, comparing stuff. Like, we just have to stop doing that. That's you know, a lot of people mean well. And, you know, we're taught, oh, people just come up with excuses, and you come excuses, and it doesn't even be excuses. It's realisticness. Like me, I'm a realist. I believe in faith. I believe in being optimistic and stuff, but I'm a realist at the same time. I live in reality. I don't live in la la land. Yes, I can have my hopes, I can have my dreams, but at the current moment of what I'm living in, I can't sit up there and act like it doesn't exist and say, oh, I'm just going to, because it's faith. No, you can't do that. You still have to live with the reality of whatever it is that you're dealing with and going through, because it's not going to go away just because you have faith or you have hope and you being optimistic. It don't just blink your eye and it goes away. No, it's a process, and it takes time. Sometimes it takes longer than others. It all depends on what else is going on in a person's life, what other situations, circumstances those situations have created for them. It takes a long time for people to build back up. It takes a lot to build back up. So what I did now is I opened an account with not with a bank, but with a credit union. And I'm going to tell you the four biggest, hugest difference with a credit union and a regular bank. With a credit union, when you get your credit card, you get a secure credit card through them. They will actually help you not just build up your credit, but they'll help you become qualified and eligible for personal loans, business loans, mortgage loans, car loans, property loans, like you want to buy land. They help build you up with that. That's number one that I really love about a credit union. Number two, a credit union, unlike a regular bank, if your account get messed up and it gets closed down or what have you, they don't send you, if you have a charge off, you pay your charge off. It doesn't, as long as you don't have anything else in the check system, they will still reopen another account for you. It doesn't matter if you have a low credit score. Your credit score could be 300 something, 400 something. They would still open up a checking account for you, and then they would tell you this is what you need to do to build your credit up so that your credit line can get stronger. They help you with that. A third thing that they do is they help you with college tuition. If you go to college and you go to any of the colleges, most credit unions have a list of colleges that they finance, that they will finance you through or have grants through. If you go through go through the credit union to go through school, they will help you with your college tuition, and sometimes they will even match whatever. Say for instance, if you have to pay out of pocket $10,000, they will match that and pay that other $10,000 for you if you need it, or whatever your balance is, they'll help you pay it off. Yes, see, they don't tell you stuff like this. This is stuff I found out through my own personal experience. And number four that I really love with credit unions versus regular banks, they really honestly try to help you build up your credit. They have advisors to help you with your stocks, to buy stocks and to buy bonds, to buy CDs, and do foreign money exchanges. They help you with all of that stuff. So that's how I learned. That's one of the ways that I learned stuff. I worked at Bank of America before, so I knew beforehand, but just to actually have a credit union to actually reach out and want to help you, like they would send you email messages to ask you, if you would be interested in doing this, if you'd be interested in these, this is how you can build your credit, this is how you can get loans, this is how you can reduce your interest rates. Like they help you out. They don't try to just take like regular banks do, And then I know for the credit union I'm with, there's no monthly fees. Like you don't have to have a minimum balance in to avoid any monthly fees. I may have absolutely 100% monthly fees on anything. The only monthly fees that I get is from my credit card, but I don't even incur that as long as I'm paying my balance is off before they're due. I don't accrue any kind of interest rates or any kind of extra charges or anything like that. So that's the difference with credit unions versus a regular bank. And so I had to rebuild my credit, and now my credit score is at 684 right now, and I'm trying to get it built up to 800 and something. So I'm just telling you all, it does work, but it's a process. And I had to go through a lot because I didn't finance anything. So I would advise anybody, if you're like me and you don't like to finance anything, get your secure credit card and just use the credit card. If you don't want to get a house, a mortgage payment, or if you don't want to do a car payment, get a car loan or anything. If you do, just do it for a year, like a car loan, that is. Do a year payment, just a year term, no more than 2-year term on a car to build up your credit. If you're going through victim identity theft and you're repairing yourself, or if you just want to build up your credit in general, those are things that you can do, or options out there for you. And so I just wanted to share this with you because a lot of people feel lost and feel hopeless and feel like it's not going to work. It does work, but you just have to be patient. And it took me a long time because of the level of identity theft. And let me tell you all this. The people who hacked my identity, don't you know they end up getting, they had a warehouse in Texas. Yes, these people had gotten a sports car. They got stuff in my name that I couldn't even get in my name. And I just never understood that. I'm like, okay, so that all have to be a fraudulent thing, because it's a rink, because there's no way, if I can't get certain things in my name, why should you be able to get it in my name, and with my credit? But at that time, my credit was actually good though, so I actually had a really high credit score. It was like 712, which is pretty decent, and I was still building. So they were getting stuff in my name that I didn't even know was even in my name until these creditors start calling me, they start emailing me, they start harassing me. Like it was really, really bad. And I literally had to get an attorney to get a stop to it, even though I had my proof from the judgment from the court and stuff. These people was relentless, so I had to get an attorney to threaten them, to let them know if they contact me again, that the money that they trying to come after me for, we're gonna turn around and sue their ass for like $10-20 million. Stop calling, stop harassing, don't send no letters, don't put nothing on a credit report, anything, because she's not, she's a victim of identity theft. Stop harassing her, stop hounding her. She's protected under the Fair Credits Act and under the Identity Theft Act. They have, for the federal government, if you're a victim of identity theft, they have a law now, a federal law, where creditors cannot put stuff on your credit report when you have proof that you're a victim of identity theft. A lot of people don't know that, but they can't put stuff on your credit report, especially if it's something that you able to prove is not yours. It's not something that you accumulated yourself, but it was from being a victim of identity theft. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you all about. Why? Because I literally just got finished speaking with one of the analysts, financial advisors, the analysts at the credit union, and they were just like, wow, like you came a long way, because I've been with them for a long time. I've been with them now about 6 years. So they see the process, the progress, they seen the process, they've been with me every step of the way, and they never gave up on me. They just walked me through it. And it's called Georgia United Credit Union. That's who I bank with, and I can't even explain and express to you how helpful they have been to me, and how understanding and patient they have been. And banks don't do that. Banks don't care. They'll shut you down. They'll close you down. One little mistake, they act like you done. Facebook now. They act like you committed the worstest crime ever in the world. But I did just want to explain that to you guys, and encourage anybody who's going through anything like that. Don't give up, and there is hope, there is light on the other side of the tunnel. At the end of the tunnel, just be patient and just continue to do what you need to do, because you're not going to be able to do what you want to do. You need to do what you need to do. You're going to have to discipline yourself. You're going to have to not spend so much money on things, splurging and stuff. Make sure you're budgeting yourself wisely and staying focused, because I got my CDs as well, and so with my CDs I'm also building and accumulating. Don't be afraid to invest that money. Invested that money in a new wardrobe, invest that in a CD and build your credit up. And then not only that, not only you building up your credit, you also building up your account, because CDs accrue interest real quick, so you're not just buy a CD, but you're also gaining money as well, and building up your credit at the same time. So you're making profit, you building up equity and everything at the same time. So just just think about those things, you know, especially people who's out here, they're getting UI for the pandemic relief. If you're getting any kind of pandemic relief funding, don't take that money and just splurge it and throw it out away shopping, going on shopping sprees and traveling to extravagant and exotic places and stuff when you know that you're not in a position to do that. You don't own anything. You don't own your car, you don't own land, you don't own a boat, you don't own your business, you don't own your home. If you know that you're still renting, leasing, borrowing, you should be out there doing stuff like that with that money. Use it wisely. Invest it. Put it in a savings account at a credit union. Invest it in some CDs. Invest it, you know, in some foreign currencies and stuff. But just don't go out there and splurge your money. Buy some stocks. Go through, you know, your financial institution for that. You don't have to be out here just splurging your money and being reckless with your money. Don't do that, because you're only going to hurt yourself in the long run. You're not hurting nobody else but yourself, and it will eventually backfire on you if you continue to be reckless and irresponsible like that. Build your credit up. Your credit is more valuable than money. I've seen it happen. I went to a car dealership out in Austell, Georgia. This happened a while back. But I remember going to this car dealership, and this couple they came in. They had the money. They were doing some kind of entertainment. I forgot what it was, but they make money. They deal with music and videos. They did videos and stuff, but they had money. They came in there with a briefcase of money. You know, when the showboat and stuff. Anyway, that's what it really was about. They were just trying to showboat. And they got turned down because their credit wasn't good. I'm like, you got all this money, you're not even working on your credit. They literally, even though the money was right in their face, they still turned these people down. And I'm just like, did they just turn these folks down? And they got, you know what that did? That made me get up, and I walked out, and the salesperson came running after me. He's like, where you going? He's like, I said, you all just turned this couple down that sit up here with a briefcase full of money. If y'all would turn them down, y'all would turn me down. I said, y'all talking about they don't have good credit. They were like, well, what's your credit score? And I told them my credit score, because my credit was real good at the time. They were like, oh, well, you'll be fine. No, you still have to, you know, a lot of times they still want you to have good credit, because, you know, sometimes people, they do sneaky, underhanded stuff to get them. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. The mafia do it all the time, and they still get cars. They go right on the car lot and get cars all the time. I literally said that to them. So I told them, I said, no, thank you, I'm good. And I left. And that car dealer, that salesman, he was upset. They called me, they kept calling me, and I had to threaten to sue them for harassment, because they kept calling me, wanting me to come and purchase a car from them. But yeah, just don't be reckless with your money, please. You know, spend your money wisely, and just be smart about the moves that you're making with your money, especially right now. You know, they're getting ready to shut stuff down again. Another pandemic wave is coming back. They already shut down a lot of parts of California already. So, you know, just be wise. That's all I'm saying. Be wise, especially if you're already in a vulnerable financial, economical position. Okay? So you guys take care. Thank you so much for watching. God bless, one love, peace.